The moon is high in the night sky over Amanfe village, illuminating the whole village in its silvery light. In front of his hut, Odi paces anxiously, intermittently glancing towards the entrance, his expression a mixture of worry and hope. Shortly, Udodi, the midwife's assistant, emerges from the hut, carrying slightly bloodied water in a calabash. Seeing her, Odi hurries over to ask after his wife. She assures him that all was well and pleads with him to stay calm. She then carries the calabash of water towards the bushes, where she disposes of it. Inside the hut, Nedi, the midwife, attends to a heavily pregnant Uloma. Uloma is laying on her back on the bamboo bed, drenched in sweat, with her legs in the betting position and a wrapper draped over them. She appears weak and pale with exhaustion. Nedi probes gently around her distended stomach and encourages her to push, but Uloma shakes her head weakly. Just then, Udodi returns with fresh water. Nedi quickly washes her hands, wipes them and positions herself between Uloma's legs. She extends her hand under the draped wrapper and inserts her arm into the birth canal. Uloma whimpers in pain. With the other hand, Nedi presses gently on the stomach while feeling around inside. She does this for a while and then withdraws her hand, washes her hands again and turns to Uloma with a resolute expression. Listen to me, Ulo. You have to give it all you have now. Push with all your might unless you want to kill your child, because this child is determined to come into the world with its fate. Hearing this, Udodi gasps and opens her eyes wide in horror. This was an abomination. Uloma begins to cry. This is no time to cry. Push when I tell you. Nedi once again probes around the stomach. Now, push, she prompts. And with that, Uloma bears down with all her might and an ear-splitting scream. Out in the courtyard, Odi goes still at the piercing scream and then races towards the entrance to the hut. Inside the hut, Uloma appears to have fallen asleep almost immediately. Nedi holds the crying newborn out to Udodi, smiling triumphantly. Clean her up while I attend to the mother, Nedi tells Udodi, but Udodi recoils from the baby. Abomination, she exclaims. Shut your mouth, Udodi. Every child is a gift from the gods, Nedi retorts. But Udodi still won't take the newborn from her. Just then, a happy Odi hurries in asking to see mother and child as he had heard their cries. Nedi assures him that he would see them soon and asks him to give them time to clean up. Beaming proudly, Odi nods and exits. Nedi turns with a scowl to Udodi and asks her to put the room in order while she attends to the baby. With a fearful glance towards the baby, Udodi begins to arrange the room. Out in the courtyard, once again, a happy Odi is sitting in front of the hut, pouring palm wine into a calabash cup. The baby's cries can be heard from inside the hut. With a cup filled with palm wine, Odi pours libation to the gods of the land, thanking them for the gift of the child. He pours a few drops on the ground before taking a satisfying gulp. Back inside the hut, Nedi carries the now clean and crying baby, swaddled in clean clothes, to Uloma. Udodi immediately moves out of the way, not wanting any contact with the baby. Smiling, Nedi gently taps the sleeping Uloma. Ulo, it's time to breastfeed your daughter before I clean you up. This one is very hungry. But there was no response from Uloma. Nedi taps her again, still no response. Now worried, She taps her again, but Uloma does not move or show any reaction. Once again, Nnedi extends the baby towards Udodi, and once again, Udodi recoils. Giving her an angry glare, Nnedi gently puts the crying baby down on the bed and turns to examine the very still Uloma. She pulls her eyelid open, and the eye stares sightlessly. She raises Uloma's arm and drops it. It flops lifelessly back on the bed. "Gods, no," Nnedi whispers. Gripped by dread, Nnedi taps her more forcefully on the cheek. "Uloma, you need to wake up. Your daughter needs you. Don't do this," she cajoles. But there is still no sign of life from Uloma. Udodi makes a sign to ward off evil over her head, backing even further away from mother and child. "I said it. She's a curse, an abomination," she whispers fearfully. Defeated and with tears in her eyes, Nnedi picks up the crying baby, adjusts her clothes, and puts the baby to feed at her own breast. Udodi opens her mouth in shock. "Feed, my child. My son will not mind. Feed, for you shall need the strength for what is to come," Nnedi says, her voice breaking.